Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. I got this question about the tariffs and e-commerce businesses. Basically, how are, with this trade war going on between the U.S. and China, how could this impact U.S. businesses, but, more importantly, e-commerce businesses? So first, let's talk about what a tariff is. A tariff is just another word for a tax. That's what it is. And so, but that tax, first of all, people want to know, where does the money go? So the tariff is a tax that goes to the government. All right. So the U.S. government gets to keep that additional tariff, but the cost is often paid by consumers. It is paid by consumers. Not often, it is. That increased tax is then passed off to consumer in the form of higher goods. So then, the question is, how does that impact an e-commerce business? Well, quite frankly, the first place it's going to hit is in your cost of goods sold. Because even though, if you are, whether you are, if you do retail arbitrage or even drop shipping, it's still that cost of goods sold is going to increase based on that tax. And when you think about, all of the stuff that we actually get from China, if you actually stop and look at the labels, you'll realize that exactly how much product that, comes from China to the US. So the immediate impact will be on your cost of goods sold because you're going to have a higher price. Now, can you raise your prices to cover that? Absolutely. But you would also have to pay attention to the competitive landscape of whatever you're selling, that perhaps raising your price might knock you out of some sales. So this is where you have to be, where you have to pay attention to your sales, pay attention to the landscape of whatever market that you're in order to remain competitive so that you are making money and you are getting the sales. But the tariff part is eventually going to result in higher prices as those higher, as those tariffs are raised and those on those goods coming in, the prices are going to go up in the stores. And it doesn't matter whether you are, whether you're just shopping retail for yourself or if you're looking for, products to resell for your business, the price is going to go up. So, what you have to do as a business owner, as an e-commerce business owner, is really be smart about your buying, right? Whether, I know there are a lot of couponers who turn around and resell those goods. But even that, you're still going to see an increase in the price of the goods that you're purchasing. So what I would say to you is, basically stock up, right? If you can stock up on what is at the current price and then maybe, who knows, because we don't control the governments, right? We don't control how long they're going to be in this fight. And so, I would say to get the things at the lower price while you can. And then, then basically study the market, study what's happening in your industry. Are other people raising their prices? To cover that additional cost? Are they not, or is it something that you might have to take on the chin in order to get the sales? Only you can really answer that question based on your market because everybody's market is different, right? I can't, one of the things that I saw in the news is like the cost of sneakers are going to go up. And if you've got an athlete, the cost of sneakers going up is not good news because I can tell you right now, I detest buying sneakers for my son. Okay. Like his shoes cost more than my shoes and I am not happy about it. But that cost can then, can still go up. And when you have an athlete, that can be it's already a pretty penny, but with the tariffs added on to that, the additional tariffs, that price is going to go up even more. So, is there anything that we can do to offset that? I really can't answer that question for you because it's all market dependent. It's all depending on when and where you buy your products, right? Because we've already seen that, there are stores that are complaining because they get the bulk of their goods from China. And so they're either going to have to raise their prices, which, and if I'm not mistaken, I saw an article where Walmart has said, okay, well, if this trade war continues to go on, then they will be raising their prices. And that's going to impact, some of our lower income people. But one of the other things to look out for is that there are stores that will probably go out of business. It's not a good thing, but that's just the reality of it. And so if you are in the e-commerce industry, then a store going out of business means big business for you. So pay attention to any stores that may be going out of business, because then be able to get those products at a reduced price and then resell them for a profit. So, I don't know how long this is going to go on. Nobody knows how long this is going to go on. But as a business owner, it's just your job to prepare as best as possible. There's no two ways about that. There's no magic, there's no magic pill that's gonna make this any easier. So, I would say, like I said, to, purchase those things that are at a lower cost now, things that you might be able to stock up on and resell them. I would, definitely look for as we normally do, the sales and coupons, but also look for companies that are going to be going out of business, because that's going to help you keep that cost down as well. Okay. But yeah, the trade thing going back and forth, listen, I was watching Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah is hilarious. And he was saying that, while U.S. businesses are over here complaining and trying to feed their families, the U.S.'s response to the tariffs is China didn't get to watch the season finale or the series finale of Game of Thrones. I'm like, for real. But he said it jokingly, but you know what? The truth is that these tariffs really are hurting people in the U.S., hurting businesses in the U.S., especially farmers. It's going to hurt consumers. And so as an e-commerce person, it's where do you find the opportunity? You've got to be able to spot the opportunity for you to make a good profit, and also be able to sell at a competitive price. So that's going to take homework. It's going to take a watchful eye for you to do your best, the best that you can as a business owner to have a profitable e-commerce business. So I know that doesn't exactly answer the question, but there are just times when there's no real answer until you're actually in the thick of it. And so basically we'll see. So can it impact your e-commerce business? Perhaps, but you won't know until you're really going out and, whether you're drop shipping, retail arbitrage, fulfillment by Amazon, all of that, you won't know until you do it. And even people who are private labeling, that order their goods from China, their cost of goods sold may go up as well. It just is. So your choice is either to take that reduction in profit or increase your prices to cover the difference. So you got to know the prices too, right? You got to know what your cost of goods sold is. So you have to keep track of those things, because nobody else is going to do it for you unless you hire a service. But you've got to keep a watchful eye on the cost of goods sold, so that you know whether or not your prices are increasing. So if you choose to increase your price, then you can do it by making an informed decision, other than just by guessing. Okay. We don't want to guess that much in our businesses when you've got numbers to tell you, what you need to do. Okay. So thank you guys so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9:00-ish, and you can come right here and get your home business questions answered. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.